This is third generation superstar Samoa Thunder Lance on the wire, and you are listening to the Wrestling Realm, hosted by the brains of operation, Cameron G, and Mr. Main Event, Brian Waters.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Dungeon edition of the Wrestling Realm. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome former MCW Tag Team Champion, one time, MCW Cruiserweight Champion, one time, a former CZW Incredible 8-time Tag Team Champion, and 3-time Junior Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Philadelphia's finest, the one, the only, Black G's!
It's that good right here. Everybody light up this one. Live, chill, I'm wrong. Ruckus, Sabian, Joker King, where you at?
Jeez, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Wrestle Realm Dungeon Edition.
Yo, what's good, homie?
Thanks for joining us today, man. You had an incredible weekend. Tell us about it.
Yeah, man. Went down to Orlando, did that pay-per-view on Saturday for TNA. It was cool, man. Had a good time down there.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You know, certainly, you know, I know as a fan, I'm happy to see that the Rashad Cameron movement is back.
Hell yeah. It's always good when Rashad Cameron movement come back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
What's going on, G? This is the brains of the operation, Cameron G. Man, I just want to say thank you again for joining us, of course.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, man. I've been looking forward to it.
No doubt, man. So I want to start off like this. I've read that you had your first match only about 4 months after you started training. Can you tell us what attributed to your fast growth and who some of the guys were that helped train you?
I'd say, I guess they felt I was ready at the time. And when I first started training, I got trained by there's a lot of Philly cats. Ron Starr was one of them. Gemini, this dude named Jerry Schaefer. He used to wrestle on Indies a long time ago. He don't even wrestle no more. But then, then like over the years, I got, you know what I'm saying, I got further training by other people. But I guess they thought I was ready. You know what I'm saying, like thinking back, I definitely wasn't. But you know what I'm saying, at the time, if they telling you ready to do matches, you ain't gonna say no. So
yeah, of course, of course not. Definitely.
All right, geez, we talked about the Rashad Cameron movement earlier. I just want to touch bases on that a little bit. You went to TNA to wrestle at TNA Impact back in, I believe it was July. Followed by that, you was on the pay-per-view right away, Destination X. How can you describe when you got the phone call that not only you was going to wrestle on Impact Wrestling, but to also be wrestling on the pay-per-view?
Oh, it felt good, man. I was like, you know what I'm saying, all the hard work, you know what I'm saying, that I've been doing over the years is paying off. And I couldn't wait to do my thing on the show.
Now, you won your first championship. I believe it was the Hybrid Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Championship. How would you describe that moment, man?
I mean, that was so long ago, man. I know I was probably happy. I probably thought I was on my way to WrestleMania after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you're young in the game, you get your first belt, then, you know what I'm saying, you're all excited. So, pretty sure that's how it was.
You think you felt like you arrived at that moment then?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. But, you know what I'm saying, if I was looking back, I probably like, yo, what was I thinking? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It ain't really that serious yet, you know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you this? When you got your first title, when did you first put it down? Like, how long did you walk around with the belt, say around your house or around your neighborhood?
I never walked around the neighborhood. I wasn't drawn like that, but you know what I'm saying, I know what's happening. I ain't never do that. Walk around the neighborhood.
Geez, what could you say so far, you know, in wrestling, you know, as you obviously start off as a fan and you become a worker. What would you say has been your biggest mark-out moment since becoming a worker? I mean, you know, sometimes they say it's not cool to be a mark or you can't have your mark out moments. But then, you know, you have some wrestlers say they have had mark out moments in the locker room.
Yeah.
Could you say you've had any?
Yeah, definitely. Because when I first started out, my only goal was to wrestle in Japan. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, when I was wrestling in Japan, when I wrestled in Corrigan Hall for the first time, that was my mark out moment right there.
I know you grew up watching wrestling in the 80s, much like myself and Mr. Main Event, but can you recall your first memory of professional wrestling? What's your first memory of wrestling?
I don't know if it was my first, but I remember, like when I was little watching wrestling with my grandma, and I used to watch Hulk Hogan all the time. I ain't afraid to admit that.
Yes!
I was a Hulkamaniac. Nah, definitely. I was a Hulkamaniac. And then I was liking that, and then I know, like, once I started, like, watching NWA, I was like, this is different. Like, NWA, it seemed like it was real, and it seemed like WWF was, you know what I'm saying, was kind of cartoonish or whatever. So, like, once I got watching NWA and watching the Horsemen, that's when I really started liking wrestling. And then once I started watching Japanese wrestling, that's when I was like, oh, this is what I gotta do.
Next month will be your 13th year in the business, man. How long do you see yourself continuing your dream of professional wrestling?
Until it ain't fun no more, or until something happens where I can't do it no more. Hopefully that don't happen, but yeah, I'm still having fun. I still got some stuff to do, so I don't see myself stopping no time soon.
Now, you you know, some people know you as Sabian, some people know you as Black G's. Can you tell us about the name change or, you know, the expansion?
Yeah. Like when I first started wrestling, I was trying to think of a name to use. I couldn't really think of nothing. So I was watching this movie called Negotiator, and the boy Kevin Spacey name in the movie was Chris Sabian. So at the time I liked the name, so I was like, all right, well, when I start wrestling, I'm gonna start using that name. You know what I'm saying? So I started using that. I dropped the Chris part. It was Chris Sabian for a little while. Anyway, I just dropped the Chris, and I was just going by Sabian. So then like after a while, I ain't really like the name no more. So then like when Chris Sabian was on the scene, you know what I'm saying, he was making way more noise than me. So like a lot of times people would like call me Saban a lot, you know what I'm saying? And then I wasn't really feeling that. So then like after a while, once I started getting comfortable wrestling and all that, I started hating the name Sabian. It ain't really fit me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a black dude from West, you know what I'm saying? My name's Sabian, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't really fit me. The name just felt corny to me, so I didn't want to use it no more. So then like I started using Black Jesus and still using Sabian. So like Black Jesus was like the nickname part. So then I just dropped. After a while, I just dropped the Jesus part because my mom, my aunt, they was all tripping, saying you can't be calling yourself Jesus and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? You know how moms can be. And then like I just dropped it to Black G's. That sounded better. You know what I'm saying? Then I just went from there. So like that's what we had now. Then like Black G's and like G's, that sounds way better to me. You know what I'm saying? That's more marketable. That fits me more. So it's way better than using Sabian. So.
Now, recently, you've been working with the Extreme Rising promotion. Matter of fact, from the beginning, when it was the Extreme Reunion. What are your thoughts on being around some of the legends of the original ECW and the promotion as a whole?
Oh yeah, it's cool, man. Every time we had them shows and joints, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like with a lot of indie shows. You go to them and it's a lot of BS to deal with. You know what I'm saying? It'd be boring. It'd be a lot of clowns there, whatever. But like Extreme Rising, this joint, every joint I had fun at. You know what I'm saying? It's real cool to be around them dudes. Like and then like they've been around for a long time. So you know what I'm saying? If you got some questions, you know what I'm saying, you want some advice from them dudes, like they willing to help you out with that. So like it's been nothing but positive things since we've been doing that.
Nice.
Yeah, would you be able to share some of the best advice you've ever been given in professional wrestling so far?
Yeah. Like when I first started, my first trainer, Gemini, he told me, you know what I'm saying, he told me, you black and you small, so you're going to have to work 200% harder than everybody else because you already got 2 strikes against you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like if you small, you know what I'm saying, people assume things about you, and then to a lot of people you have to be a certain way. If you're small, you gotta do flips and nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Then like you know what I'm saying? It ain't no secret. Like pro wrestling always been sort of like like white man sport or whatever. So like if you black, you know what I'm saying? You know people assume shit, and you know what I'm saying, probably treat you a certain way. But that was some advice he gave me, and you know what I'm saying, then the advice that everybody get about keeping your mouth shut and keeping your ears open. That's the truth right there. So. You know.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, with that information that Gemini gave you, how do you feel about smaller guys at times being overlooked? And you got established guys like Kevin Nash. He refers to smaller guys as vanilla midgets. Does that offend you at all?
Nah, it don't offend me at all, man. Because like I've been through my frustrations being a smaller guy, but you gotta you gotta just keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta you gotta just be confident in your talent and not worry about what people say. And then at the same time, like somebody saying, like with Kevin Nash calling smaller guys vanilla midgets. I mean, I understand his mind state, you know what I'm saying? Because he a big dude, and he made a lot of money in it. And it's like for a long time, like wrestling was about big men. So so if a big man done did his thing for years, made his money for years, it's no reason for him to think otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I don't get offended by that. But like look at how many smaller guys that been in the game that did their thing, made their name, and made their money. Like Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, you know what I'm saying? Jericho, like Mysterio, all of them former world champions. You know what I'm saying? So like now, like these days, like even like for a long time now, like the smaller guys been doing their thing. So it's not even a size game no more. It's about being able to what I'm looking for. It's about being able to just do your thing and appeal to the audiences. And like smaller guys are doing that. You know? Yeah. And like the smaller guys, we always looked at as the workhorses anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good.
Now, geez, in 2012, you talk about working hard, talking about working 200%. 2012, PWI ranked you at number 315. Is there any motivation with that number, or is it one of the numbers you're like, oh, this is nice, okay, thank you, and move on?
Nah, man, like me personally, man, I don't take that PWI. I don't take the PWI rating seriously. Like some of the boys do. Some of the boys, like when they see their name in there, they get excited, and then some dudes get mad because they got a low ranking or whatever. But to me, I don't like that PWI, John. It ain't nothing. It's not. It don't bother me. I don't really care about that at all. You know what I'm saying? I would say there's so many wrestlers out there. I would say like maybe like the first 10 are probably a little accurate, and after that they just call stuff there. Like I think like for the most part they put people's names in such and such spots just so people can talk about it, and it works. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get mad, upset. Other people getting happy, but to me, you know what I'm saying, you don't get paid to be on the list, so I don't really take it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really take it seriously at all.
How much credit would you give yourself for helping to evolve CZW from being known as just spot wrestling and death matches to what it is today, a more multifaceted organization?
Oh yeah, I would say that. I helped a lot, not just me by myself, but when CZW put Blackout together, that like we did a lot to make people look at CZW different. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact right there. 'Cause we carried that company on our back for a long time, and and while we was doing that, like a lot of people in the company, in the locker room, a lot of the past bookers and all that, they would get upset because Blackout was getting over. You know what I'm saying? Like they put us all together, but they ain't expect us to blow up like we did. And the more and more popular we got, the more and more like people behind the scenes try to do snake things to us all the time. And then it was like Blackout making a name all over the indies, and then other companies, they of course hearing about us, and instead of us thinking like money men and just like doing business, they wanted to be shady too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Blackout did a lot to like make people look at CZW as more than just death matches. Definitely. Even now with CZW, you know what I'm saying? It's always some problems with CZW. Like last year, I was kind of done with him. I did a few shows for him, and then I wasn't there for a while. because I wasn't really feeling CZW's direction. Then I came back, they put Blackout back together, and then right away we made noise.